What's up, guys? Hope you guys are having a beautiful day, beautiful night, staying blessed as always. I was thinking about this today. I want to live in a tiny house, but it's like if I want to do YouTube or, gaming and stuff like that, how would I arrange it? I found a YouTube video. I definitely wanted to share it with you guys. I wanted to experience it with my family. You guys are my family. You guys are my shinobis. You guys are my friends. All right. Anyways, hopefully you guys are having a good day, good night. Don't mind me. I'm about to start eating dinner. We're gonna watch this together. Pro gamer builds epic tiny house with crazy computer setup, and I definitely want to see. I want some inspiration for my future. All right, let's get straight to it.
The things that's so great about tiny houses is the way that they can enable people to do things in life that they love. Here in Germany, we're about to meet a YouTube gamer who has built a beautiful DIY tiny house with an incredible gaming setup to help facilitate her passion.
Okay. Ooh, okay. That's really tiny. How you do that? Look at that cute. Look at that cute little bench over there.
Hi Nessa, how's it going?
Good, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you, and it is wonderful to see your beautiful home.
Thank you.
Now this was actually built as a DIY project, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, except for the heating, but apart from that, it's all DIY. It took, I think, the last 2.5 years to get it from planning to building and to finally getting it finished.
Wow.
It's a mobile home too.
How did you find the process of building your own home?
It was challenging. It was, really challenging, but we did this as a family. So I worked on that with my parents.
How beautiful.
And it was a super fun project. I got to spend so much time with my parents, which was cool. And
That's beautiful.
I learned so much, so yeah. Rewarding experience.
That is
Great.
so beautiful.
Being able to do it as a family project is so nice, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly is.
And so, before building this tiny house, had you done anything with construction before?
Not at all, no. I mean, I was able to hold a screwdriver, but I think that was about it.
Same.
And now I'm able to build my own furniture, and so that's been a huge process.
That's fire.
And what was it that actually inspired you to build your own tiny house?
I gotta say it was your channel, actually.
Really?
So one of the New Zealand tours that
Fag, same here. That's crazy. I might be building my own little tiny house.
I watched a couple of years back, and I was in the process of moving, and I couldn't find any flat that was actually affordable for me. So I decided to plan long term and to have my own little space with a little financial help from my parents I was able to do. And then just move in there and be debt free and have my own little
Fire. That's definitely what's been on my mind. That's fire. I love
thing
that.
for the future, and that worked out well.
And what's the situation here in Germany with tiny houses? Is it legal to do this, or is it sort of a grey area here as well?
Yeah, it's legal, but you gotta, build to code, and you gotta have a permit to permanently live in one. So
Okay, I was curious about that.
it's a bit of a problem when you first get started because it can be quite overwhelming to know all the rules. But I mean, it's possible. You just need to find someone who's willing to give you land for it, and you need to be in touch with the local authorities to make it happen. So that's can be a bit of a stepping stone, yeah.
And the parking spot that you've found for the house here, can you talk to me a little bit about that?
So it's my parents' property. We actually rented a workshop place when we did the basic construction, but everything else had to happen here because it would be too expensive to rent out the whole workshop for a year or something.
Right.
And I was able to finish it here, and I got my dad's workshop just next door, so that makes sense to use his tools and his techniques too.
That's
get this
nice.
all finished.
Perfect, what a great setup. So what size is the tiny house?
This is 9 meters by 2.5 meters, and the highest point is 4 meters, which is just the legal restrictions that Germany has on trailers.
Well, from the outside, the style of the home looks really interesting. Can you talk to me a little bit about the design?
I like
So I
that.
think one of the major concerns was the weight, because in Germany you can only put on so much weight on a trailer. I think it's 3.5 tons for most of the people. So we were pretty limited in terms of siding and everything. But
And the fire thing about living in this kind of house, you could take it anywhere. That's so fire.
we found a way to make it all wooden, but still pretty small, so that it's fit in within these 3.5 tons. And I wanted something that looked friendly, but not too colorful because I'm all about pastel tones and minimalist. So obviously,
I like
I
it.
try to choose not too many
Very
colors.
pastel.
But I'm happy with it. It looks pretty friendly.
Well, you've done such a great job with the exterior
Beautiful
of the home,
work.
and I can't wait to see what you've done inside. Can we take a look?
Yeah, sure. Come inside.
Thank you.
Yes. See? Okay. She made my dream come to reality. I'm like, how do you set up like this kind of setup in a tiny home? But now this looks nice. I like that.
This is great.
Thank you.
You really have created a very light and open design with this home, haven't you?
Yeah, that was something that was
That is fire. I like that. I could do this. I could do one day. My dream. That's crazy. I like this. This is
really
beautiful.
important to me because I knew that in a small space you could feel quite confined, but if you make it light and open and pretty much white, then yeah, it's gonna work a lot better.
Yeah. I think of all of the tiny houses that I visited in Europe so far, this one definitely feels the biggest.
Yeah, I'm glad you say that because that was actually like my purpose, because most of the tiny homes in Germany are quite small, and especially with what I did with the downstairs bed, so that takes up a lot of space, but I still kind of managed to make it not feel as confined.
And
very
let
spacious.
us talk about this gaming workstation. This is really serious, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually pretty big for a tiny home, I would say. But because I'm doing gaming on YouTube and video editing, I need to have a space that actually.
That's what I was thinking.
As a home office. So
you got to be very organized to live in a tiny home, and to be doing this YouTube and all that. You definitely got to be hugely organized.
Takes up a lot of space, but it's definitely worth it. And it's on wheels, so I can just move it around if I have guests over, and yeah,
it's on wheels, and she could just move it around and have more space. That is heat.
Not in everybody's way.
Wow. And for your live streaming, you've even got a green screen and everything that you set up, don't you?
Yeah, it's stored in here, and I can just.
She even has a green screen. That's wild. Yes, that is my style. I need one of those green screens to be honest. I would love one of those green screens, because I have a green screen, but it's just like hanging on my wall. So it's not really, presentable where I could just take it down. And, I have like posters and stuff that are never seen because I have my green screen. But yeah, I love green screen.
Video, so that's pretty cool.
That is really amazing.
Very organized.
Yeah, it's definitely.
She brought out an Xbox 360 controller. Hold up. She a real gamer. This was March 2020. She got that 360?
Fun. It's something that has accompanied me for a couple of years now. And
okay,
I'm glad
I guess
that I was able to.
Okay, I guess 360 is compatible with the PC, so that makes sense.
Continue doing this in
instead
my
of
home.
using
It's
keyboard.
quite funny because I feel like I've traveled halfway around the world to be here, and yet there's a definite taste of home. I'm seeing all of this Lord of the Rings paraphernalia everywhere. This is really cool.
Yeah, I'm sort of
Ooh, I wonder if she was playing Elden Ring. I definitely gonna look her channel up.
a geek, and I have been for quite a few years. So I knew that when I was building, I knew that I had to implement some of these things into my home.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool, especially with the table there. That's such a nice touch.
Yeah, I love this one. When I sit there and have breakfast, I always like trace the journey of the fellowship and just see these small little places.
Look at her kitchen. That is so cool. She has like a little stove right here and a microwave. There's an oven. That is so freaking cool.
That I haven't seen before. So the map's pretty cool, yeah.
Very cool. And then over here, we've got your bed.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I mean, some people say it's pretty big. And I wanted to have a space that looks super comfortable and also have some storage.
That is very
so
comfortable.
That's why I implemented these shelves.
Look at the camera
some little
lenses.
lamps
Okay.
And my filming gear.
Go
all
crazy.
easy to access. And some more Lord of the Rings stuff.
Of course.
I had
So
to have some
crazy.
space for that as well.
Nice. And then have you built in storage here as well?
Yeah, it's actually full of storage. When you fold it up, you can access these drawers that I built, and they have even more storage than I actually need. So I'm glad to have some extra just in case.
And I see that you've actually got a loft up here in this design as well. So why did you
Yeah.
decide to put the bed downstairs and not up in the loft?
That is so fire. This is so fire. So her and her friends could chill up there. That's like a living room. That's fire.
Yeah, I think when I first heard of tiny houses, I was that was actually one thing that I was concerned about the most because I
The
didn't
bed
want to
being up
sleep
top there.
in the place that gets the warmest during the summer because that's
Right.
just not working for me. So I decided to put the bed here and then have the loft for everything that I just needed space for. So right now it's working as
I like this girl. I like this
like a
girl.
film
I hope they
studio
put
or
her
a video studio
channel in the
where I
link.
film my videos and also just sit up there, have a cup of coffee or tea, and just look outside. Because it's a really bright room, like I have windows on 3 sides, and yeah, it just is a nice place to relax.
This is beautiful.
That totally makes sense. And then moving over here, I see you've built in some storage, and this is such a retro idea.
That is fire.
Yeah, this is actually
like
from
high
the
school.
US Army. I found
That's
this
fire.
in a recycling shop, and it was in a pretty bad state when I got it.
Y'all
and
did
I
your
decided
thing
to
with
make this
it.
a project and turn it into a wardrobe.
That
It
is-
took a lot of work, but eventually it worked out, and I'm super glad.
That's
to have
beautiful.
Yeah, very nice. And then we're in your kitchen.
Look at
and
the fridge. I didn't even notice fridge. Do you see the little washer and dryer right here? That this is so just beautiful, man. Sorry, I keep pausing. I'm just trying to, if they never show anything, I want to just point things out. I think that's a washer or dryer. And then you got the beautiful retro fridge with the retro microwave and the gas stove. Hey.
You have got a lot of workspace in here, don't you?
Yeah, that was one of my priorities because I hated when I was studying and I was in a really small flat. I hated to work in this kitchen because it was just too small. So I decided to go all crazy and just put the most possible space.
That is
in this
beautiful.
place.
That's a beautiful stove right there. They did their thing. I like that microwave. That microwave is cool. And what is this? Is this like a waffle maker?
And I'm gonna say that I didn't regret it at all.
Yeah. So obviously you do enjoy cooking a lot.
Yeah, I gotta say I do. That's why I have the huge fridge and a freezing compartment because I like doing it, but only if I have enough space. And yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got a good size oven and 4 burners as well. That's a little bit of a luxury for a tiny house.
Yeah, it certainly is. I decided to go with these because I just love cooking with gas, and I think it does.
Gas
make a
stoves
difference
are
in terms
nice.
of taste, but it also made sense because I had the gas heating, so I could use the same system. So that was pretty good.
Very cool. And of course, another Lord of the Rings
Ooh,
reference.
spaghetti? Yes, sir. I love spaghetti.
It's on the backsplash there.
Yeah, I can resist on that one.
Nice. So you've
Nice ash on my tomatoes.
got gas here for the cooking. Can you talk to me a little bit about the services in this house? So water, power, all of that sort of thing.
Yeah, I have power from the exterior, so there's a cable running into my home from my dad's workshop. So that's gonna stay that way for a little while. I plan to have a solar setup once I'm on the property that I actually want to move on to.
Like it.
And everything else is gas
Solar.
and yeah, water is also exterior. So I don't have any tanks or anything because I knew that I would have to move between properties. So it made sense to have something that I could just hook up and don't have to worry about.
Yes,
anything.
sir. I
And then
love
I'm
it.
guessing behind that door there we've got your bathroom.
Yeah.
Can we take a look?
Yeah, sure.
So yes, I wanted to
This
see.
is great.
I'm gonna need myself to zoom in on this this freaking sink. Is that a toilet? You just lift that up? This is so freaking beautiful. Nice.
This is a really nice size.
Yeah, I try to go really basic, just a shower and a toilet and like a little faucet and that's
Oh,
it.
nice.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Yes,
The composting
basic.
toilet.
Don't need
This
most.
looks like a really interesting design.
I love that
And
design.
The way that you've
You just
wrapped
lift
it with
it up.
all of the paper looks so good.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it was actually those are pages of a book from my Latin studies, so I decided
Oh, nice.
to incorporate some of my previous life into this home. Yeah, it's
This is
just
so
in use
awesome.
for I think 1 week now, but I'm happy with it. I'm glad that I did it. So.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
And then what
That's
you've
so
done here with the
beautiful.
vanity and basin looks really good.
That's so
a
beautiful.
vintage mirror from I think the 80s or 70s even. I got this from like Etsy, and this is actually
Etsy is
from
the place.
household clearing. Someone wanted to throw that away, and I thought, no, you can't from
I didn't even
household
notice that. Hold
clearing.
on, look.
So
That's a dragon, bro. That is fire. I like that.
someone wanted to throw that away, and I thought, no, you can't do that. It's too beautiful. And I kept
Right.
it with me for
And
I
the
think, 8
bowl
years,
just
in my
complements
previous
it.
flats, and then I decided I had to incorporate this one into my home. And yeah, I'm glad that I found a spot for it.
And so how long have you been living in the home now?
It's only been 2 weeks full-time living. I actually worked in this place for I think a year now, but I didn't have water hookups, so I decided to stay in my previous room. But I then moved in like 2 weeks ago, and I'm super happy I did it.
So you're finding that the tiny house is actually living up to your expectation then?
More than that, actually. I'm surprised at how easy it is to adjust to this place, which
Nice.
is like quite a few sizes smaller than what I usually lived in, but super happy with it.
Yeah. And can we talk a little bit about the cost that was involved in building this home?
So all in all, including the appliances in the kitchen and the heating system, which was quite expensive, was 35,000 euros. So a pretty good budget, I would say, for a project like this one.
And what is the heating system that you've installed? Because obviously here...
Hold on. Hold on. 35. 1, 2. Euros and US dollars. Bro. $38,000 to live in that. If you're a millionaire, oh my gosh, you would save so much money. And houses these days are like 500,000. Look how much money you could save just doing this. That's wild. All right.
Here in Europe,
crazy.
It's so important to have a warm home.
Yeah, I think that's why it was so expensive. So we have
What's the
propane
heating?
gas with bottles, and it switches from one bottle to the other, so I can
Right.
switch them out when I need to. And
Love that.
So it's normal radiators like in every other flat or house, easy to use. But yeah, it was pretty expensive because we couldn't really do it on our own because it's with gas. So it's like you gotta pass this on to the expert.
And you've actually documented the whole build of your house on YouTube, haven't you?
Yeah, I did. I started with my gaming channel on YouTube, and then when I told my viewers about the tiny home project, then I was like,
I need to see her
maybe,
channel.
you can show that to us as well. And then I thought, why not make a second channel? And that turned out to be like my main job now after 3 years. So yeah,
That's
it's
beautiful.
an amazing journey.
Gotta
I
love
love to
it.
document the whole thing as well for myself because when you look back on these like first few steps in building, you can't because it turned out to be like
What's it called?
And then I thought, why not make a second
Nessa Goes Wild.
channel?
Okay.
And that turned out to be like my main job now after 3 years. So yeah, it's been quite an amazing
That's
journey.
beautiful.
I love to document the whole thing as well for myself because when you look back on these like first few steps in building, you can't really believe that how much you learn, and it's nice to look back on it that way. And yeah.
That's really exciting. Congratulations on your channel. then.
Very exciting.
Moving in 2 weeks ago, it was a very special moment. Like I couldn't believe it at first because it's been such a long time building on it, and then I had to kind of adjust to it in the first couple of days. But when I adjusted to it, I really felt that this was an accomplishment that I couldn't get anywhere else. Like having the space that you actually built by yourself is something that you can't compare it to anything else in life.
At all.
Sort of an accomplishment that gives you a sense of empowerment. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
You really have done such a great job with this home. It's so cool to see some really unique features in here, like this great gaming setup. Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
Thanks for coming.
Nessa has done such a
That's
great job with the
amazing.
design and build of this home.
That's
It
so
really is
beautiful.
cool to see the way that she's created a space that facilitates both her work as well as her leisure time.
It's so
As
fire.
a bit of a closet gamer myself, I'm also ridiculously jealous of this
I
super
am
cool
impressed.
setup. And there is
so
no
impressed.
doubt in my mind that Nessa has created a space that will work incredibly well for her in the future.
Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Also, check out our gaming channel. Thank you guys. Some people aren't like that, man. Thank you.
Oh
Alter, was
nein.
mit seinem... Wie läuft der? Warum?
She hasn't posted in a minute.
Was ist mit der Laufbewegung falsch?
That's beautiful.
Nico,